I think my uncle was seeing how I was being treated fairly against my siblings.
Yeah.
He straight up went to my mom and be like, let me adopt your son.
It's like if you guys don't want him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, my mom was like, oh. And so she went to go talk to my dad about it.
Damn!
And then my
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Genius Brain Podcast. I am your host, David So. No more breaks till the end of the year. We're doing podcasts nonstop. Genius Brain every Sunday at 12 p.m. We have Ed Park, VP, back in the house.
Hey, what's up?
As per usual, dude. Trump is going to be our president, huh? Actually, I don't know. But anyways, big thing that people want us to talk about was actually Culinary Class Wars.
Culinary Class Wars.
Right. Which I actually got addicted to the show. Korean people are very, very good at stealing ideas.
I have to finish it.
Oh.
But I am 1.5 episodes in.
So that show, and what I mean by stealing ideas is that they took everything that's great about cooking shows, cut all the fat out, and threw it into the show. And such a good job.
As I was watching it, I was like, this is the culmination of every good idea.
Yes.
Put together.
They cut out all the fat.
Yeah. They don't have to, like we said about Korean reality shows, is they're not fucking rude to each other.
Yeah.
They're not fucking like bitchy and like to each other. They're like crazy respectful, but they're competitive. Right?
Very competitive.
And which a lot of Westerners say is a breath of fresh air when it comes to, reality TV, right? And so for me, I used to watch a lot of cooking shows, but as an editor, they got so ridiculous to me because, I see it like behind the curtains. When I watch Kitchen Nightmares, and then the fucking cuts to like rotten food and then and then you see Kitchen Nightmares UK, it's a documentary.
Yeah, it's just straight up what it is. It
is what it is.
Dude, Kitchen Nightmares used to crack me the fuck up because Gordon Ramsay, the way he eats the food, he dismantles it like it's fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And it's just it could just be a regular looking hamburger. He opens it up, starts tearing it up with this knife. It's like, bro, who the fuck eats a hamburger like that, bro?
Who eats hamburger?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. The meat is just...
Oh, dreadful.
Excuse me.
A shame.
Was this frozen? Let me go ask in the back. Same shit all the time. It was frozen. Oh,
Shame.
God. He eats it, goes in the bathroom, starts throwing up.
And then
Who made this?
Yeah.
Terrible. Garbage.
You
disgusting.
donkey.
Yeah. You fucking done that!
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a bit much, right?
And then the UK Kitchen Nightmares is better. But, also just over time, there's a lot of American cooking shows that just overdo it. And so, okay, let me watch home renovation shit. It's the same fucking editing techniques that drive me fucking crazy. So
Dated, too.
Yeah, for me now, when I do watch, I watch a little bit of Physical 100. I'm watching this. I'm like, yeah, this flavor I like. Although my most hated editing technique is the Korean three-peat.
Yeah.
I can't stand that. And when that happens in this...
Oh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh. Like, bro, why?
Why
three-peat?
Why? Dude, YouTubers started picking that up?
Yeah, I saw that. When I saw white people mocking it, I was like, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's a thing now. It's what they do.
So I used to mention that to Mariel, and she goes, why do you hate it so much? I'm like, because it's unnecessary.
Yeah, especially when it's a singing competition.
Yes.
And they do a three-peat. Let them sing through the fucking song.
Yeah. It's like,
God.
they're like singing the song, and they hit an amazing note. They go, omo, omo,
Omo.
omo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. The crowd in the back. Oh.
Do you know what I fucking hate, too? Is also when they do like the kidding sound effects.
Yeah.
It's like they do that in the dramas now too.
Really?
Or they'll do that this kid laugh. Have you heard the kid laugh?
Which one?
They'll like a guy will do something clumsy and it's a laugh of a child. Like that.
No.
It'll sound just like that. They do that in every fucking drama now, and it's so annoying. It takes me out of it.
Yeah, I can't stand that. There's some weird thing about Korean. Okay, so like live Korean shows, when the opening, when they walk in, everyone goes, "Ooh!"
Oh, yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Why don't they just go, woo? Yeah. They go, woo.
They love it, dude.
And,
Damn, you didn't see the whole show yet, so you don't know who won, huh?
Not yet, but back to it. Just saying the three-peat was terrible, but I was pleasantly surprised to see the Pake's noodle guy be the judge.
Oh,
because I fucking love Pake's noodles.
Dude, that guy is so. They did a good job in picking two different types of judges,
Right, because he's the street food kind of. Does it taste good? I don't care if it's fancy schmancy.
Does it taste good?
Yeah, and then that guy is an asshole of like, what do you think it's supposed to taste like?
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy. Like,
You know what's so
intimidating.
interesting about that guy when I'm watching this show, and maybe you'll agree with it as you continue to watch the show, was that I sometimes I couldn't understand what what that guy's judging criteria was, right? I think he relies heavily on like technique, and he's like a technique hoe.
Yeah,
So he loves that type of shit. And the other guy's more like, did it taste good?
yeah.
And that's what I care. And like, are you objectively doing the mission? Is the mission important? And the person that won this show, right? I won't spoil it for you, but I thought he wasn't going to win. Not not in the sense that he wasn't amazing. I thought he was going to make it all the way till the end. But when I saw his final dishes, I was like, oh, he's not going to win. And the reason why was because that guy basically made a version of this dish 3 or 4 times in the show.
Already.
Yeah, and it's like, why does he get awarded for making the same fucking dish every time, but just a different flavor and a different presentation for it? I'm like, that's not creative. Like, what the fuck is that shit?
Well, so then at the end of the day, it wasn't about creativity. It was like, is it good?
Yeah, is it good? So like, the other guy who I thought was going to win didn't, but he was everybody's favorite.
Okay, that part was spoiled for me. I'm assuming it's Edward Lee.
Yeah,
So back in the day when he was on Iron Chef, everyone was like, yo, Ed.
that's you.
That's you. But then at the time, I didn't know how to cook at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did kind of like, oh shit. To see him back doing this thing.
That fool made me
on
cry on
another
the show, dude.
Okay.
His shit made me cry, dude. It made everybody cry. Just because, like, when you watch his story and who he is, because he came to the States, really young, but way before us, right? So that, like, his immigration story was early on.
From the
immigration.
70s?
I think around there,
Yeah.
right? And then he went to New York. So his identity of who he is as a Korean person, as an American, is completely muddled. It's very different from our experience, right? So he reminds me and kind of connected why I've met a lot of older Korean men who are just corny as fuck, right? Not he's not corny,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like those guys that always complain about certain things or whatever. He didn't complain. He just explained how he feels displaced.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where he fits, which I think that generation of guys who feel that way, he just did a better job explaining without the anger and the rage.
The Gen X youngs?
Yeah, exactly.
Our Gen X youngs are different.
Yeah.
Where, like I said, and when we were talking about Peacemaker, I was talking about the overarching theme of the show reflecting our country's willingness to just leave Gen X white people behind.
Yeah.
And just white people in general, let's say, and then like boomers, your old ways kind of thing. And then at the end of the day, it wasn't really like a white people thing either, like because of our Gen X Korean American youngs are like them too.
Yeah.
Very much like them. And I could see them culturally.
Yeah.
They're just so irrelevant.
Yeah.
They feel like they're not a part of this country.
Yeah, they kind of live in that trauma every day. And even when things have changed for the better, they can't see it. They almost refuse to see it because they're living it through the lens of how they felt when they were younger, and they can't move past that.
Yeah.
Right. And so like I would talk to them, I'm explaining to them like, oh, I'll give you a great example, right? I know one who specifically chose not to teach his kids Korean, right? And he's a fob. His wife is also a fob. Chose not to teach his kids Korean. Why? And I asked him why. He goes, because they're going to get bullied in school for knowing Korean. And I'm like, what? And I was like, what do you mean? Like now? They're like, yeah, now. It's like, no, being Korean is like the coolest thing right now.
Yeah.
And there's K-pop everywhere. He goes, no, that's not true. And I'm like, and it's hard to explain that because so for him,
He's
because
so traumatized.
his personal trauma has now handicapped his kids, and he can't see it no matter how many times I explain it to him. I'm like, I'm getting frustrated, and I'm like, what are you fucking talking about, dude?
You're literally
BTS is everywhere.
Yeah, you're now literally racist against yourself.
Yeah.
You're racist to your children.
He won't teach them Korean.
Yeah.
He thinks it's a bad idea because they're going to get bullied and made fun of because he did.
And what do you call that? The cycle of abuse.
Yeah, straight
That's
up.
the affliction of the curse of racism, of what it does to people.
I was like, dude, Blackpink was huge.
Yeah.
BTS,
huge.
fucking huge.
Lisa at the fucking Victoria's Secret.
Dude.
show. Dude, what the fuck? I'm listening to this fucking corny ass Korean K. This is K-pop as fuck.
Yeah.
That's so K-pop.
Yeah.
And Bruno Mars is on that shit. I'm like, yo.
So I don't know what the
so K-pop.
fuck you're talking about.
That's K-pop.
Yeah.
That is like pure K-pop.
And that fucking song is stuck in my fucking
Yeah.
head. So it's like, I don't know what he's talking about. And what I realize is that he hasn't moved past his own personal shit, and now his kids are paying for it.
It upsets me, and I'm just hearing this vicariously.
Yeah, it's like, why are you putting your own personal shit onto your fucking children? You need to go solve that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got bullied for it. That, of course you did. You came here when you were 18.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but your kids are handicapped now, and they're not going to know their culture. They're not going to know their language.
You know what? I bet if he met a group of white people that spoke Korean, he would get really fucking pissed off too. Because if he hasn't gotten over that,
how
you
dare
can't see that as a positive thing.
Yeah.
Because of how he was afflicted for speaking Korean, all of a sudden it's okay to speak Korean.
Yeah.
He needs some healing.
100%. And it's like talking to a fucking wall, dude.
Yeah.
He doesn't see it. Because, like, let's see, our age is what? I'm like 8 years apart from him, right? So his experiences, I mean, 8 years is not that much far from mine.
But
I
you're
guess, like,
talking about
generationally.
1980.
Yeah.
It's very close to 1970s.
Yeah. So
That's before Karate Kid times. And Karate
Yeah,
Kid
that's
isn't like the greatest representation of, you know, like, look, Pat Morita, for the rest of his life, people just thought he didn't speak English, and he was like, this motherfucker was on Happy Days.
dude, I didn't know.
Like, what the fuck?
Dude, I didn't know he spoke English till TikTok. That shit
That's what I'm saying. That's
threw
what happens.
me off.
So that's what happens to, like, at that time. So I could see somebody in that age also, like, seeing that affliction and being like, nah, then,
Did you see? He did stand up.
I didn't
Pat
know
Morita
that.
did
I
stand
didn't know he
up.
was a stand-up
Dude, he was a
comedian.
stand up comic.
Oh.
He does an impression of what's his face? Legendary comic. Oh, I can't remember, but I'll put it up here.
Right.
But he does an impression of him, and I was so fucking shocked. I was like, "Hold on a second, you did stand." He was funny. He was good. He wasn't like a, whatever run of the mill stand up.
Hokey-dokey
He was
kinda,
good.
yeah. Okay.
Threw me off. I'm like, you speak fucking English, bro? You lied to me. Whatever happened to
Yeah.
the wax on, no wax off, Daniel-san?
But
That
that's
shit must
what-
have made him laugh in between takes. I would have died laughing, dude. Fucking Pat Morita speaks fucking English, dude.
Yeah.
And even when he was in My Wife and Kids, he had a fucking accent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think after a time, people would just like, they don't know you like that. They know you as Mr. Miyagi. So you gotta, Oh, speaking of, when, it's shame when you're typecast like that, in Hollywood. Where it's not a shame is WWE. Have you seen Mr. McMahon on Netflix?
I haven't seen it yet. It's in my queue
Dude.
because I got to watch a bunch of other stuff too, but I heard it's fucking insane.
The director of that directed Tiger King, Fire Festival, and this other doc from like the 1990s. It was like American movie. Have you heard of that? I had to see it in film school. Shit's good. This guy, I've been watching his movies like my whole life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, all the docs I love, this guy makes. So yeah, his name is Chris Smith. Mr. McMahon is, I think, the penultimate WWE doc that like just sums it all. Because you remember back in the day when we watched WWE docs when we were living together in K-Town? Those were produced by WWE, so they still had kayfabe in it.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they talked as if the shit in the ring was real.
Yeah.
But this is a third-party documentary produced by Bill Simmons, creator of 30 for 30, who's independent now. So he produced this, got the dope-ass documentarian to do it, and no kayfabe, but then editing-wise, storytelling-wise, they do a great job in doing exactly what they are saying that they do behind the business, but they're doing it in the show when it comes to kayfabe,
Yeah.
It's very interesting, and like where they blur the lines behind the character that they are on the show in real life.
Yeah.
And then where you start seeing this crazy shit that Vince McMahon does on camera And then behind the scenes, he's actually crazy chill. But the people that they interview online, it's like, that's Vince. That's really him.
Oh, really?
You know, like, because the penultimate is the Montreal screw job is when they say Vince McMahon like became Mr. McMahon because the whole world hated him, and he did what other people in the business do is he embraced it, that real life hate, and became the biggest heel in wrestling history for what he did to Bret Hart.
Yeah.
And then there's the idea, it could be like he became this kind of person, but
Then he pooped on a girl's head.
yeah, but at the same time, that's what people are saying though. But that's what people are saying is that he was always that.
Just
Like,
this
the
fucking-
show allowed him to
be himself.
be himself. Yeah,
His-
it's intense.
I mean, we talked about it on the podcast, but dude, those disgusting fucking text
Those
threads
texts, yeah.
is fucking wild, man. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, refer to the old podcast where we talked about it.
Yeah.
But this fool was just shitting in girls' hairs, fucking sexually assaulting and abusing, like having like sex prisoners and shit. Basically, was
Yeah.
a sex prisoner.
Yeah,
grooming
Sex
people,
trafficking,
sex
putting his
trafficking.
fist in there. Mm.
Where is he now? Is he arrested? Like, what is it? Is he just walking around free?
I think he's free as of now. I think, yeah.
Like, because it's like past the statute of limitations or something, or what?
No, because this is a civil trial.
Okay.
right? Yeah,
Okay.
because like all of those things, like even Trump's case, right, where he got
It's a civil trial.
a civil trial holding him
Okay.
civilly liable for a rape.
Yeah.
You know, in the same sense, I think that's what happened because of the statute of limits. It's a New York law thing,
Okay.
I believe. Yeah. So he's caught up in that. So is Diddy. So
And Diddy's arrested, right?
he's in jail.
He's in jail.
They refused a $50 million bail.
That's crazy.
They refused $50 million. They said this guy has to be locked up. That the city refused tens of millions of dollars.
Well, he is the Harvey Weinstein of hip hop.
Hip hop, yeah.
Which is fucking nuts, dude. What was it, 1,000? I misquoted it last time I talked about on the podcast. Apparently, it wasn't 100 bottles of baby oil. My bad. It was 1,000,
1,000.
which is fucking wild, dude. You have any idea how many other versions of lube there are besides
Yeah.
baby oil for you to specifically use baby oil?
Why
You fucking
baby's
weirdo,
his favorite fucking shit. Like what?
dude. After I did that podcast, just more things keep coming up. It's like I don't want to fucking know this stuff anymore.
Yeah. What,
Justin
4
Bieber?
more? Justin.
I think Justin Bieber came out and said that he butt fucked him.
Well, I thought that was just the room because people could see it. Like whenever there's a interaction between Justin Bieber and Diddy, Justin Bieber's mad uncomfortable. And then when you look at him now, dude looks so burnt out, and he looks fucked up.
Probably from getting
with the
fucking.
news coming out, right? I think so. People are speculating, like Diddy did some shit to.
He's probably also exhausted from fucking Jaden Smith grinding on him too in public. Fucking-
What the fuck? I don't know about this.
Have you seen that clip?
No.
Dude, it is one of listen.
Is it recent?
Yeah, so I got that clip sent to me. But so I have a friend in Sacramento. He came out like let's see what year was that? It was before I came to LA.
Yeah.
Right? But this dude was like as straight. You would never guess he's gay, but he's gay as fuck.
Yeah.
This fool sent me this clip. And I put it on my story, just like making jokes about it too. But this feels like he goes, I'm gay. This is the gayest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like, what the fuck is this? But it's this dude cracks me. He's so fucking funny. I actually wish he did stand up, but it's just like Justin Bieber, just swaying and dancing music, and then Jada Smith comes up behind him and starts grinding on him from behind, and then kisses him. That's some weird shit. That's in my personal space, bro.
At a concert or just?
I think just out on the
there?
streets,
On
dude.
the street.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's weird as shit, gay or not. It doesn't matter. Don't touch me like that.
Yeah.
The fuck kind of friends do that? What are you talking about, dude? It's like you don't ever suck your friend's dick every now and then. He's stressed out.
If you don't do that, you're a homophobe.
Yeah, you're a homophobe, dude. Fuck that, dude. Jaden Smith is the most out of touch human being on earth.
Yeah.
Have you seen his like recent interviews too?
I've seen it's one of those, even like Trump, when I hear him say something and it has the inch of being like profound, I want to
Worst clip
Learn
ever
it
of
all.
him is when he was, I think, on Big Boy's Neighborhood. He goes, dude, I don't like kicking with kids my age because they're just like, well, like, can't we just talk about like the state of the world or something?
The socioeconomic impact. I'm like, what?
Shut the
Shut up.
fuck up. What the fuck do you know? Everything was handed to you on a silver fucking spoon. This is what happens when you're one of fucking Will Smith's kids, dude.
Yeah.
Just fucking weird as shit. Never ever raise your kid knowing that they have money. Like, always make them assume that they're fucking poor.
Yeah.
Because this is what happens. When you're a life without purpose, you have to create fake meaning every fucking day. Because you don't know what it's like to be a human being anymore. Because I talked about this too. It's like the concept of being rich. Now that I've been in this space, I know people who are so fucking rich. And it's not they're flaunting it, right? But they don't live in our universe. Like,
Right.
money isn't a problem to them.
Like
so-
they don't know how much detergent costs.
Yeah, they
kinda
just
thing?
don't
Yeah.
know at all. Like, they don't know the everyday struggle.
Yeah.
Genius Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp has been a longtime sponsor of the Genius Brain podcast because I use it. And guess what? If you need somebody to listen to or somebody that will lend you an ear, that's where BetterHelp comes in. And listen, this month is all about gratitude. And along with the person that I'm going to shout out right now, aka my therapist from BetterHelp, there's another person that we don't get to think enough. And guess what? That's ourselves. That's you, baby boy, baby girl. It's sometimes hard to remind ourselves that we are trying our best to make sense of everything. And in this crazy world that isn't easy, here's a reminder to send some things to the people in your life, including you. That's right. You're special. Love yourself. Look in the mirror, turn around and give yourself a beautiful freaking hug, you sexy, wonderful person, you. And look, I've benefited from therapy, so maybe you can too. If you're thinking of starting therapy, why don't you give BetterHelp a try? It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/genius today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/genius.
Like, for them, it's just like, why can't you just do it? It's like, I don't know, you rich bitch.
Right.
Like fucking money doesn't matter to you. That's why you
Yeah.
You're like fucking, what's it called? What's it called, that thing in fucking, was it Darkwing Duck, where they were, the duck was jumping into the gold coins? What is that cartoon?
Scrooge McDuck.
Yes, you're Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
You just have a vault full of gold coins, you dumbass. So you don't know what it's like to like live, not even just like paycheck to paycheck, but having money be a factor for the things that you want. You never had to earn anything. So because you never had to earn anything, you don't know what purpose is. Your purpose in life was like, you've had all your goals fulfilled the moment that you open your eyes. The moment you took breath into like, you had the breath of life in you, you had no purpose.
Yeah.
You didn't have to work for anything. Everything was handed to you. Nothing was fucking earned. So when this is where you get the thing too, where rich people think that they're artists. Right? They think that they can create. You have nothing to create from because nothing has ever inspired you in life.
Yeah.
There is no story behind anything that you do. And so you look at other people who have things and you try to copy it, but you can't do it.
You know who the only person who does that well is? Sofia Coppola. She only writes stories about privileged girls.
There it goes.
Like privileged white kids.
And guess what? That's honesty.
Yeah, honesty. And she does a pretty damn good job in telling their story.
Yeah.
I mean, we all loved Lost in Translation. And then she did another one of who's the bad guy in fucking Blade? Steven Dorff,
Oh my God.
where he played like an actor celebrity
Yeah.
who was holed up in the Beverly Hotel. She did Marie Antoinette. Look at that.
There you go.
She's telling her story of a privileged, like, Nepo kid.
That's the thing too. It's like, my biggest pet peeve is like people who grew up very wealthy and they try to
Act like they grew up poor.
poor. It's
Why?
like, why?
Why do you gotta fake that funk?
If I was rich, I would never be around poor people.
Whoa, what's that smell?
Are you insane? For what purpose? If I grew up filthy fucking rich,
Like,
right?
Parasite. Oh, what's that? Oh.
Yeah, I had like exactly. I have a certain standard of living. For what purpose would I wake up one day and I was like, dude, I'm going to struggle?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not doing that shit. It's just the weirdest behavior. Like, I can't figure out why somebody would do that.
I heard that it's a trait of narcissism because, because it's a greater story of your coming up.
Yeah.
I guess people want to hear that you think that people want to hear that you earned everything from the bottom. Like, so when Drake says started from the bottom, now we hear it's like the biggest bullshit I ever heard. You know,
Yeah.
you started in middle class, now you're here.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's just the weirdest thing that I've ever seen. I've had people lie to me about how much wealth they had, and it's not like I don't know, right? But then like there's somebody too who's like an actor. I always laugh so much in this dude's face every time he does this, but he doesn't know why I'm laughing. He just thinks I think he's funny. Without fail, every time he sees me, he goes, "Oh man," he's like, "Hey, how you been, man?" He's like, "Dude," he's like, "You ever go back to the hood? Because that's where we're from." And I'm like, "No, I'm not, and no, you're not."
That's where we're from.
Yeah, he has to somehow slide it in every time.
You and me, we're from the streets.
Dude, me and my other buddy, we laugh and I always laugh, and he doesn't know why I'm laughing. It's like, I'm laughing because you're a fucking idiot. Like, stop saying that.
Yeah.
Like, he wants you to know that he had it hard growing up. It's like, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But for what? Why is that your identity? Like, it's just a weird thing to do. Like, I can't even be poor. Like, you got to take my poorness too?
Right.
Like, you get to be rich and you get to have, like, the poor credit? No. You get one. You get to be fucking rich and you stay there, dude. Yeah. Stop trying to relate to the everyday fucking person. Unless you were there with us, you're not going to know what it's fucking like, right? Like, even, like, and how they also, like, view themselves is also the thing that bothers me the most, right? Like, there's, like, a certain level, like, self-importance for you to do that. Like, you have to feel that I have to put myself at a lower level to be with the common folk is what it feels like. And it feels so fucking insulting to me, right? So, like, we'll talk about certain things and then they'll try to relate it into their stupid fucking life. It's like, it's not the same. It doesn't make any sense. Like, we'll talk about, it's like, oh, remember back in the day, like, we used to, like, go to a McDonald's and we would always, like, fuck around and we'd always get one drink and split it between 5 guys. And that's, like, a funny story for us. And, they would try to chime in.
And it's because, my personal chef, dude, when he tries to make me a hamburger, I'm like, bro, what'd you put in there?
As I do, like, I can't relate on that level, but, dude, when I grew up, like, the nanny, she would make me the same meal every day, and I get so fucking mad. It's like, dude, I don't want steak every day. Yeah. It's like, I'll kill you, dude. I'll fucking kill you right now.
So, when I was a Bible study teacher, I took 2 of my kids to Jack in the Box, right? It was Burger King. And me and the other kid ordered, and the other kid, his dad is a doctor at the church, but didn't realize just how much his dad was or the way he was raising him. He went up to the counter and he was like, he opened his wallet and it's just wads of cash, right? And he was like, and we're like, bro, do you not know how to order? He's like, I've never had fast food before.
Having a breakdown.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out
like,
of here.
Bro, just say number 1.
Do you need this for me to get that?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, how rich are you, bro? Yeah. That is a wild
That's
concept.
Insane, right? He was like,
I would have stole from that kid so much.
Yeah.
I would have been like, okay, this is what you do. You have to give it to me, and then I will let them know. But how much does a burger cost? It costs $4,000.
Dude, have you, like, some of the people at my church, like, okay, so we would always have this Christmas caroling on Christmas, right? And the last house was always some church member was like, yeah, bring the kids to my house. It was the richest person at church, right? And every year it was someone trying to be like, who has the best house? I swear to God. Because it would be like the biggest fucking mansions I've ever seen in my life. And one house in particular was, they own this factory where they just build doors and windows, right? And then you go to the house, what's it full of? Giant fucking doors and windows. This old Korean couple, 할머니 할아버지들, right? And they had like a glass elevator and all this shit too.
What do they do?
Build doors and windows.
That's their whole thing?
That's what they do. Doors and windows. Supplying all of Tacoma, I guess.
Dude, man, like sometimes I wonder too, it's like, I don't know how I would have been growing up if I just had money all the time.
I'm pretty sure it'd be a piece of shit.
I think I'd be a piece of shit, dude. And I talked about this with Mariel, where we were kind of talking about our past and like where our life trajectory would have been if certain things happened, right? So growing up, my mom worked at a factory for a certain company. She befriended the corporation owner, very big honcho, right? He's passed away now. and she also passed away too. But that was my mom's best friend.
Right.
Right. And they became friends even though she was a factory worker. So she would like come to the factory because her husband's working there or whatever, whatnot. And they ended up being very wealthy. Well, my mom and her became best friends because they're from the same part of Korea, same town. Right. And they speak the way that they do, which is, pieces of shit. And so she liked that about her. And so they became friends. They needed somebody to be like a maid at the house. So instead of working at the factory, my mom ended up living at the house with them and being an in-house maid.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, wow, that's pretty amazing. She was like, what was amazing is that she was such a fucking asshole. Everybody quit. So she goes, but she couldn't talk to me like that.
Right.
So we would always fight and argue every day. She said it was exhausting, but they were best friends. So the thing that my mom was really known well for, because she was like a mirror version of her, just obviously not rich, was that when people would fuck around at the house and wouldn't do their jobs, my mom would rip into them. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, do your shit or you're fired. Right? She could say that to people because they were best friends.
Right.
And so like being around those type of human beings, they were so fucking wealthy. It's like hard to understand like how their lives worked. So when I was a kid, I went there and I called her Halmoni. I didn't know she wasn't my actual grandma. I just thought of her as Halmoni. And I remember going there, and this was when I was in 8th grade. No, I'm sorry, not 8th grade. How old was I? I was 8 years old. I'm sorry. So 3rd grade, 4th grade. And they had a plasma TV. So if you guys don't know.
That's like unheard of.
So
technology.
Back then, if you had a plasma TV.
50, 100 G's?
It was like 50 G's.
Yeah.
It was a ridiculous amount of money. And I just remember being in awe that a TV could be that thin. I couldn't wrap my head around.
Why is it like this?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And so, as a kid, I didn't realize how wealthy they were. It didn't make sense to me. So when I got older, I met, I went back then when I was 14. Her son loved me. Like when I was a little kid, because when I was born there, he used to like take care of me and stuff.
Right.
When I met him when I was 14, he showed me, whipped out his wallet. He brings out a photo and it's a picture of me and him.
Aw.
Right. By the way, he has 2 kids of his own.
Oh, okay.
They're not in his wallet.
That's not weird.
It's me.
Wow.
So he loved me. And
Yeah.
until this day, he still loves me, right? I hate his kids. And I
should have been me. I should have been your son.
I understand why they don't like me either, because his dad favors me a lot. Because I didn't understand why because the kids are substantially younger than me. But I used to fuck up his kids because they were so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And I understand now probably why they didn't like me is probably he talked about me a lot.
All the time, right?
Right? So I was like his favorite.
The way Tony Stark's father was always talking about Captain America.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just
That
fucking
type of
kicking it
shit.
out.
So later on when I was 18, my dad always wanted me to go into business.
Yeah.
He goes, if you go into business, we have connects with this guy. They own a huge company out in Korea. They're opening stuff out in Vietnam. You can go with him and you could be a part of that shit. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to do business. I want to do stand-up. Mm-hmm. So my dad used to get so mad. He goes, I'm fucking laying this up to you. Like, all you have to do is go there. And then you could work the best job, make millions of dollars, or whatever. I don't know if it was millions of dollars, but it probably been a really good amount because I'd be working right under him.
Yeah.
Right? And nobody would be able to touch me. Right?
Yeah.
But I don't want to do this. I don't want to be a fucking corporate wig. I don't want to wear a fucking suit. I don't want to live out in fucking Vietnam. I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a good life. And, I look at his life too. He's working all the fucking time. Doesn't see his family ever. I don't want to live like that.
And it's not fun.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
And so that was a trajectory where I thought to myself, I was like, holy shit, when I graduated college, right, or if I did, I didn't graduate, that would have been my life. I would have went there. I would have made buco money at like the age of 21, right? Just hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars. What would I have been like? I would have been a dick.
Yeah, if you made that much money at a young age, more money than everyone else.
I don't think I would have been the person I am today. I don't think I would have had the type of empathy I have as a human being because I went through a lot of shit to be here to this day, right? I wouldn't have experienced any of that stuff. Everything would have been fucking handed to me. And I guarantee you I would have never been a person that I would have liked. And I told Marios, I don't think you would have liked me as a person because all the bad qualities that I had would have been amplified because there was nobody and no life experience to check me along the way.
Well, yeah. Do you know anybody who drives a Ferrari that is interesting?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless it was earned.
Yeah, Dan knew a guy who had a Lambo. He was a lawyer. He lived in an apartment, paid rent, but he spent his money on that Lambo.
Yeah.
You know?
Look,
it wasn't was he interesting for it because he had all this money? These people have nice things, right? But yeah, a lot of people will find their character when they're like, I want to say pushed to a wall, when they're desperate.
Yeah.
When they need something, when they have nothing to lose, let's say.
Dude, there's another high thought that I had too, because we had this conversation and then it was at night. And I thought to myself too, it's like the idea of if somebody gave me an option and they said, hey, I will let you go back in time 20 years to redo your life, would you do it? And for some reason I thought about that, and I was like, at first I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Fucking invest in the Facebook, do all this shit, blah, 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 blah. I'll be fucking balling. And then I thought about everything that I would have to forego. Like you can't recreate the experiences that you had. Even if you, let's say the thing was you get to go back in time and every video that you did, you get to keep all the scripts so you could just recreate it and reshoot it and do all this other stuff. It wouldn't feel the same.
See, I think about that a lot because that is my family's story. They had a very successful business that around the time, a lot of factors had to do with my dad's stupid ass gangster ass decisions.
Yeah.
His gambling, and it has to be the shady business practices of my grandparents, on top of the LA riots.
Yeah.
And it just toppled our business. They made a lot of money.
Yeah.
So one of my earlier memories was my parents' bedroom. It had a hot tub in the middle of it, like Scarface.
What?
Isn't that crazy? And then they lost it all.
That's
lost
crazy.
it all. It was a really. I mean, I was a kid too. It could have been a lot smaller if I walked in it now, but I do remember there was a hot tub in their fucking bedroom.
Your dad was very good with money.
Yeah. But, I think about it. If my dad, the way he is, had all the money, kept the money, never learned a fucking lesson in life, raised us like that, with that kind of money too. Like, I don't say this a lot, but I recently had a no contact with my harmony.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, some people, when you take the veil off of the reverence of your elders, right? And you're like, you did some fucking shitty things.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and so for me, it was just having to face all of that shit too, and looking through my life of what could have been.
Yeah.
I think I would have been a piece of shit. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
too.
because I'm raised in that household.
Yeah.
Because my harmony, before we lost all the money, we all lived together
Yeah.
in that household. And I look back, my mom was tortured
Yeah.
by her mother-in-law, her
Yeah.
in-laws, my dad being a piece of shit, cheating, going out.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy shit, Yeah, I wouldn't have done good things because my dad liked to spoil his kids too.
Yeah.
And when he couldn't spoil us anymore and he didn't have much to show, it was kind of sad that he didn't look at himself as still like a good man.
Yeah.
He felt like he couldn't.
He's probably
provide
embarrassed.
shit. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so it spiraled into a lot of bad shit too,
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's so interesting, like, having these, like, random thoughts where it probably happens with age, right? Because I wouldn't say I don't know any regrets that I really have. Maybe that's why I could say I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
But just to look back and say, yeah, like in a hypothetical weird world where it's like, yeah, I could go back in time with all the knowledge I have now. Would I go back and redo my life? I don't think I could.
Yeah. I'd like to believe my character now would behave the way it would. No.
I don't think so.
No,
Because
I'd be a piece of shit.
then I also think about this too. It's like, would I have met Muriel? I don't think I would have.
Yeah.
I don't think she would have been a part of my life. And I know for other people too, they're like, well, you would have met somebody else. But that's with the idea of knowing the person that I married now.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would ever give that up. I don't think I can. So it's like, even if I could have changed the stuff that I thought that was really beautiful or not that beautiful in my life to make it beautiful, like being poor, being fucking struggling, going to comedy clubs, not booking shit, all this other stuff, everything that I hated at the time is now a story and a character building arc of my life.
Yeah.
So if for me to erase that means essentially I have to change myself as a human being, right? So all that would have to fucking disappear. And then I would have to recreate magic. If in the scenario is that I get to keep all my memories and all the knowledge that I have. So I'd have to try to recreate me and Mariel's first time meeting each other. I have to recreate pretending like I don't know her. All this other stuff is cycling through my head. And it's like, I don't think that that's worth it because life experiences mean so much. Life is very finite. And I always talk about this on this podcast. It's like, oh shit, I don't think I'd redo it. I think where I am right now is perfectly fine.
It's when you look at your pain as an affliction, as a curse, rather than your building block, rather than your healing scar, you know?
Yeah.
It's totally outlook then.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing we can actually do about the reality we live in. You know, the multiverse is so popular these days, you know, and it causes us to look back because there's some theoretical science saying that, yeah, perhaps something along the lines in the past because of a decision, your trajectory is where it is at now.
Yeah.
But for me, yes, I like what I know now.
Yeah.
Because I also know a lot of people don't know what I know. I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm enlightened. I'm saying that I know what I know,
Yeah.
you know? And that's what I know. And I had to go through pain to do it, you know? Do I wish it didn't happen? Sure. Did I need it? I don't know. That's not the way I see it. You know, I went through it and it happened.
I
is
even
the
wonder
point.
sometimes to me, it's like, what if I never met Mariel? Who would I have been with? That's what I really, and I like straight up
Call an ex, I miss you.
yeah, I was like, who would I have been with? And I run like these weird scenarios. It's like, wait, would I have been with that girl? Would I have been with this girl? Would that she have fucked me up? Because like Mariel has she's annoying. So like Mariel has these like annoying qualities that bother me because it forced me to change into a better person that I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So she was that person that points out things that I need to fix. Right. And which is the annoying part because you don't want to change.
Yeah.
You want to be stuck in your bad ways. Right. So a lot of the good qualities that I have is because of her.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe even then, if she wasn't a part of my life, I'd be a worse person because there was a lot of people that I was with because I tend to be a very strong personality. They never fought back. And then
So you named your nexus point, right? That moment. I have my nexus point. I have another one too. I tell you when my uncle almost adopted me.
oh shit.
Yeah. So like after the riots.
Wait, you're the twin?
No. My mom's brother.
Oh, okay.
Here in LA. So after the riots, lose everything. We moved to Flint, Michigan.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Good job, Dad.
Well, it's just terrible. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why Flint? And it was literally because they were also on the run.
Oh,
from
okay.
the law. So they said they opened the Korean classified. It was like a group of Koreans in Flint, Michigan looking to hire.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But like there's so many like experiences, you know, through all that. But when we would visit LA, like we fucking drove.
That's crazy.
Over the summer, yeah. And I think my uncle was seeing how I was being treated unfairly against my siblings.
Yeah.
He straight up went to my mom and be like, let me adopt your son.
It's like if you guys don't want him.
Yeah,
give it to me.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like my mom was like, oh. And so she went to go talk to my dad about it.
Damn.
And then my dad flipped his shit. My dad got pissed because he's adopted. He didn't think it was cool at all. Like,
Then maybe you should.
I'll take care of him. He's my son.
Yeah.
Maybe then take care of me like your fucking son.
Yeah. He goes, that's my response. Come here, retard. It's like, this sucks.
Yeah, but dude, I tell you how like I just had recent memories of like how
Your mom actually considered it?
considered it. She laughed when she told me the story.
Only a Korean parent would do that to
She
you.
laughed because when my dad got mad, like,
It's like, really? Over him? It's like,
oh, okay.
okay, I guess. Thought you didn't like him. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You still talk to that uncle?
Yeah, this was supposed to be his jersey,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know he doesn't like Japanese people, so
That's
I kept
so
it.
fucking funny, dude.
I-
Your
I-
whole
I
life
like
would have been
uncle.
so different.
I would have grown up here in LA. I would have probably been in Granada Hills, you know, up there, Northridge area, living the Southern California Asian American life, whatever it was.
Whoa,
but I would have been loved.
What a different trajectory. You know what? If I had your life, I'd probably go back in that time machine.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe somebody would take care of me.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's so funny that you brought it up to your mom. Your mom was like, hey, it's a good idea.
My uncle brought it up to my mom.
And your mom was like,
I had no clue. My mom told me later in life, you know, your uncle almost adopted you. The fuck? You should have let me go.
she goes like, well, I saw.
Yeah, why?
You should have just let me go.
Yeah.
That's so fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that's some damaging shit.
And then he missed me so much. He tried to have a kid after that for many, many years. Now he has a son, and they call him Isaac because my uncle was so old when he had him.
Wow.
So they call him Isaac. I saw that kid a couple months ago for my uncle's 70th. I'm like, yo, what's up, Isaac? Fuck you. Walks away.
To you?
Yeah. And I'm like, what?
What? Why?
Well, he's on the spectrum. I just, what am I supposed to do? I'm not going to get mad at him. If I didn't know any better, I would have beat the shit out of him.
How old is he?
I think he's like 24, 26.
Oh my God. So you have like Asperger's or some shit?
Something like that.
Or fucking Tourette's?
Something like that. I don't know.
Good morning, Isaac. Faggot. Good morning.
So when I'm leaving, right, I say to my cousin, yo, watch this. All right, bye, Isaac. He flips me off again. I sleep. And then, so at the birthday dinner, my cousin texts me, like, just don't talk to him. All right.
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
Like, I don't know why he hates me.
Where's the bathroom? Fuck you!
So my cousin-in-law said his binary nature is like, once you slight him, he will never talk to you again. Like,
what did
you're
you
his
do?
forever enemy. I was like, yeah, what did I do? And it was when I first got back to LA, like, the family got together to have a lunch at my uncle's house. This kid wanted to talk politics, and he thought I was like a socialist, like AOC like supporter. I'm like, bro, I just got back from running a gas station for 5 years. You think I'm a communist?
That's so fucking funny.
And yeah, it was this
Also,
weird,
he's super on the spectrum.
yeah, it was this weird political argument, and he was telling me because of that political, I don't even know what it was at the end of the day, that he felt slighted, so he hates me forever.
Oh, he's not to be offensive or anything. He's a little R word, huh?
Could be. But no, he's intelligent. He's very capable. He's high functioning as fuck. He practiced jujitsu. Well, he's tall. I think he could fuck me up.
I mean, just like, if he's really good at jujitsu and he's like that, he's definitely R word, dude.
Well, because that spectrum
he's
area,
big R word.
I also know he's gotten into fights because he can be unhinged, impulsive.
He can't like interpret like human emotions very well.
yeah.
Intent. Yeah, he's R word, dude. Yeah, he's definitely there, dude.
It could be that.
That's
Maybe
dangerous.
it's because I might have mentioned him on the podcast and mentioned something, and then like a funny story about him, and he got mad about it or something. But it was funny when it happened.
Well, you're fucking
honestly.
weird, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not R word. You're just weird as fuck.
That's why I always thought, he's just a weird kid. But it's like, hey, can you not play on your phone at Harmony's funeral? Get off that.
Oh, he was on his phone?
Yeah, I'm like, get off your fucking phone. Like, fucking Harmony's funeral. Like, or my cousin's wedding. Get off your fucking phone, dude.
Oh, he's weird.
I think he was mad at me because I'd be like, yo, can you cut this shit out?
Oh.
And and that was so long ago that I think I didn't understand spectrum, autism. I didn't know any of that. I think I was too harsh on him. Like, yeah, what kind of man fucking brings out his phone at your Harmony's funeral? Kind of shit, Oh, man doesn't do
I
that.
wonder what he has.
Something. I can't. Well,
I'm so curious.
I think I asked my cousin, and then they were like, he refuses to go see a doctor. So it's like,
Oh, it just is what it is.
it is what it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to.
So I'm not going to blame him
Yeah.
for how he behaves because I already suspect. So I'm like, this fucking Saga Jia shit.
Can I just tell you something, though? I say the word R word, right? And I
Yeah.
told this on this podcast before. My best friends when I was elementary were R, they were just little,
Yeah.
they were just special needs. I didn't know. I was just a kid. They were all special needs kids. They were my best friends. Let me tell you something. They're assholes.
Yeah.
Just because you're a special doesn't mean you're not a fucking asshole.
Yeah. I know some people were special needs, and it's like, who taught you to be that mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no
They
way.
were kind of assholes,
Yeah.
dude. But maybe that's also why I like them too, though. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He could hang.
Yeah. Unless you had best friends who were special needs kids, you can't say shit to me. All right? So I didn't do it out of charity. I just like them.
Dude, okay, so like me growing up, my 할머니 makes me my mom's mom, and I remember she just looked at me like, 병신, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, 병신 means retard, right?
Yeah. It's my nickname.
Right? Yeah. And so what my grandma was saying was because I was eating food with my left hand because I'm left-handed.
Oh, they have a thing about that.
Yeah. So like if you're left-handed, you're retarded.
Yeah, they would like give up kids who had like who would
Yeah.
use their left hands when they were kids.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about.
So like she would always like, the thing is, thankfully she was nice about it. She would put it in my right hand and then I'd pick it up like this, and she's like, Pyeongchun. Like they just thought I was
God, dude, that's
like,
so.
something was wrong with me for being left-handed.
But that's so funny that God, I'm almost hoping that your cousin is just normal. He's just weird.
I'm the weird.
No, just like he's just like a weirdo, right?
Possibly.
He's a little unhinged. That's so funny. It's like from a conversation, you just go hi, and he just goes like that. It's like,
fuck you. Like,
how
straight
bad
up.
was that conversation? Like,
The hilarious thing was my mom didn't hear it. I was there to drop like my uncle and mom off, and I'm laughing. And then we're leaving, and my mom says, "Say bye to Isaac." I was like, "Oh my, did you not hear
yeah,
what he just said?" She's like, "No." He said, "Fuck you." She said, "What?" She was about to get out the car and like smack the shit out of him herself. I was like, "Oh my, don't." I had to remember how I talk about spectrum, you know?
it's like 엄마,
Yeah.
병신.
The one you'll call
진짜
me.
병신이야.
The one you call me.
Yeah.
It's
So
like-
you know when you insult me and you call me that, he's actually 병신. So don't do that.
And she was like, "Well, should we tell? You know,
can't.
What are they gonna do? He's a grown man.
Yeah.
he's grown. Okay,
But he works and stuff, right?
yeah, he works. He's
Oh.
grown. He's saved a lot of money. He's high functioning. He's just doesn't like me.
Oh, maybe he's just an asshole.
Crazy binary. I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe he's just a fucking asshole, dude.
Yeah,
Okay, you're not R word. You are just an asshole.
quite possibly.
Yeah, because if you're a little you're on the spectrum, maybe you get a pass. You're not figuring things out.
It could be because I called him out on that kind of behavior too. Like, I was at their house eating dinner, and he was like, "Yeah, sometimes I feel like, things would be easier if my mom gave a shit." And I was like,
Oh, he would do that.
"Yeah," I was like, "Bro, calm the fuck down."
Oh,
What's
shit.
going on?
Okay,
We're
we're going back. He is R word.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I'm like,
Oh, my bad.
like.
Okay.
And he's like, "Why? Well, you don't like it because of your liberal behavior?" I'm like, "Bro, it's nothing to do with that.
I was like, I'm eating dinner.
It's your behavior."
He's like, well, I'd be a lot happier. My
Yeah.
dad wasn't such a pussy. And he's mad at everybody else.
He's mad.
Well, you don't like it? It's like,
He's mad. He's
dude,
mad.
I'm eating fucking mandu right now, dude. Be quiet. I'm just fucking.
Dude, so my woman is in the hospital. So for
Dude,
some
he's
reason,
gonna hate you even more
Yeah.
after this podcast.
for some reason, I mean, shit. He let me know, so I'm like, "Fuck, okay, fine, fuck
Yeah,
it.
fuck
I don't
it,
know
who
why you
cares?
don't hate me and shit. This is a funny story anyway. I didn't say his name.
Yeah.
Well, I did say his name.
That's
Doesn't
okay.
matter.
We're gonna leave it in there.
Yeah. But like I don't know why he hates me, but it could be also like it was like a month before our honeymoon he died, and it was my cousin or my uncle. Someone was like, "Hey, take him with you to the hospital and talk to him." So I was like, "Okay," because I knew it. I knew what they wanted me to talk about. So I was just like, "Hey, why are you so angry? Like why do you yell at your mom? Why do you like treat your sister that way?" And then he was just dead quiet the whole ride. And I think that was where it brewed. He was like, "This motherfucker can't talk to me this way."
Like, you think you know me?
Yeah.
Wait, does he still live with his parents?
Yeah.
Why'd they just kick him out? Because he's working, right? He has money.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then if he's like mentally unstable, then
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's had issues with getting in fights, so who knows what
he
happens.
does
in the real
jujitsu. Who's
world.
teaching him jujitsu? Why would they do that? Why would you give him a weapon to kill?
He was getting bullied like really bad.
That's not the way to do it. Not jujitsu.
So he took jujitsu, yeah.
What
But
belt
this
is
was
he?
back in I don't know if he kept it up though.
I hope not.
Yeah.
That's dangerous as fuck.
with his impulse, yeah. Like, yeah, it's tough to train a kid.
I wish you would grab me. I'll stab you. Dude.
I was like, okay, I'll stay back from you then.
That's so funny. Hey, why are you so angry? You're on my list. He just turns around, starts writing you
Yeah.
writing your
for
name.
sure, there's a list. For sure, there's a
Dude,
list.
that's so
He
fucking
doesn't.
funny.
He doesn't talk to his sister and my cousin-in-law either.
Really?
We're like, we had to sit in our own corner because he just doesn't talk to.
And he's just eating dinner by himself?
He like, yeah, not by himself. He has a select crew like of people. You know how it is. They have people they select, and it's like
Yeah.
that's cool for them. And then there's people that's
Are they
not.
also just as weird as him?
That's why I don't. Does this shit run in our family? I try to look at other people in our family like him. Not really.
Dude, I would just pants him.
That sounds like appropriate, but no. I could just see that fucking blowing a top and
Well, he would have to chase
choking
me.
the shit out of me.
He would have to chase me with his pants around his ankles. Though. That would be the funniest thing.
tie
Dude.
his shoelaces
Tie his
together
shoelaces
first.
and he just falls over.
And then you pull it.
And I would just fucking Vince McMahon shit on his head, dude. Fucking weirdo.
Anyway, I was just, why would we bring that up?
I don't know, but
I
that's
was just
so
saying, like,
fucking funny that
that's
you
the
have
kind of shit I'm dealing with right now.
you have a sibling that just says "fuck you" out of nowhere. That's crazy.
Cousin.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
I mean, I was like,
How do you even deal with that?
yo, what's up? Long time no see. I don't know. It made me laugh.
He goes, long time no see. I'll fucking kill you right now, dude. Yo, chill. But we talked a little about that. Vince McMahon, Culinary Wars, and we talked about Ed's possibly, maybe R-word angry cousin. You guys can catch Genius Brain every Sundays at 12 p.m. Genius Brain is back on track. Bible study at Momo. Ed Park VP, follow him there. Planning to do one more Genius Brain live show by the end of this year. It'll probably happen. It was a very fucking fun show,
No, it
by the way.
was fun. It was very fun.
It was so fucking fun. I got so drunk, I was hurting.
My face was sore because I was just laughing.
Dog, it was literally the best comedy show I've ever thrown. We're gonna do another one, bigger venue, probably by the end of this year. So stay in tune for that. Secret Society, our collection dropped. Make sure you cop that as well, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Happy Halloween, happy World Series, and happy election.
Yes.
Wherever it is.
Bye-bye.